Hey friends, we are back here at the island like no other. We are here at Thorpe Park. It's our first time here for the 2023 season, and we're here just for a few hours just to see what's changed at the resort, what new stuff is happening. They've got a lot of food stuff that they've upgraded this year, which I'm quite excited to see. Cadbury booth, always in the market for more chocolate. I can't complain about that. And just maybe catch a ride or two in the process. So we're going to go inside and just see what's happening basically. So if you guys do enjoy the video throughout, give us a thumbs up. Do appreciate it. It really does help us out a lot. It'd be great if you could hit the subscribe button, bell icon to be notified when we post all new videos. Let's head inside. Heading through security. We're here a little bit later and just walking straight through those metal detectors. Nobody here at this time coming in, really. Well, I think they need to replace this sign at the moment. The screen, it's a little bit broken. Heading through the AP area. So we got events going on this year. We've got Mardi Gras, Carnival, Oktoberfest and Fright Night. So we're going to try and get here to a couple of those. Check them out. Fright Night's fantastic event. Really want to stay in these shark cabins. At least the entrance to them looks good. The actual cabins are just essentially like shipping containers that have been converted into like hotel rooms, but the entrance looks amazing. So we will get there at some point. I don't know if there's much point in giving you a review because they're tiny, but look at this. That's got to be cold doing that today. So heading into the dome, let's see if there's anything new in here to start with. So there's not a lot going on here. You've got Vibes Bar and Kitchen. I don't know if that's been rethemed or anything. But everything else in here is exactly the same. It does feel more open than normal in here, so I don't know if they've cleared out a little bit. You've got all these little like Dodge and bumper car things. I suppose they're roller coaster vehicles for promoting the event. The screen unfortunately is off, which is a shame, but you have got Coke Freestyle machines over there, and you've got an area to buy your flasks as well. So that's a Thorpe Park only one, not an early one. Yeah, so it's a Thorpe Park only one. Looks cool though. I like the logos of these. Yeah, that's cool. And then you go and fill them up that machine to the left there. I'm sure there'll be a few more dotted around the island. So I got a bit confused there. It turns out the actual flask is 15 quid, and then when you come back for another day, it's £9. So each day is an additional £9, it seems, which actually is pretty expensive. Still, if you use it and you fill it up 3 or 4 times, then it's worth it. But if you only do it once, I wouldn't bother. Bring your own drinks, maybe. We've got Rush here, which looks a little bit like the new Serengeti flyer at Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay. So just here in front of some of the flat rides, we've got a little bit of sort of empty space area. They do a lot of the events here, a lot of the event entertainment, and they've kind of cleared it out. They've got benches so you can sit, chill, have a picnic. And we're just going around to the left of this. So around here we've got Vortex, and we're at the back of Zodiac as well. We've got a Doughnut Time stand, which looks amazing. Doughnut Time being obviously quite a popular donut company, but it's good to see they've got additional treats available here. So here's some of the selections that you've got. They're really funny names actually. One donut is $4.75, 4-pack is $17.50, and 6-pack is $25. So there is our Gordon Jamsey donut, and it did come with pass holder discount, so that's something that is really great, because the little kiosks, sometimes they don't, but I guess this is owned by Thorpe Park, so to speak. Another new, well, rethemed at least, not new, eatery that you have here is this Tacotaria, and sadly it's closed, which is not ideal, but I don't know if it's a busy day here yet or not. Colossus at the moment, we're currently getting a retrack of Colossus, little bits and pieces. They're slowly removing sections of the track. We're going to go up that way and head to Soar. No, it doesn't look like there's anything missing at the moment, but I'm sure as we go up we'll see a part of the track missing somewhere. So here we go, as we can see, we've got a couple of bits of track missing in the final corkscrew. So just as you come down and you're heading, just about to go over the path, they've taken out a couple of bits of track, which is good. This needs an urgent retrack anyway. You saw in the background. We got a secondary Doughnut Time kiosk here next to the entrance of Colossus. Same prices, everything's exactly the same. I'd imagine even the same selection of donuts looking at it from afar, so it's exactly the same. We're going to go over to Samurai and Soar just to see if there's any updates around there for you guys. Samurai was down when we first came in, as was Soar, so I don't know if they had like a power outage in this area, because two rides right next to each other being down at the same time normally means something like that's happened. So it's good to see that they've actually got the blades spinning there at the bottom of the drop, which I believe were out of action for a little while. So they're getting the theme in back here. And we got another one. They're going up in quick succession, so the ops are good on this ride at the moment. There we go again. We'll give you one more last look at that drop. Lovely ride. So we're going to try out, they've got a few different entry points. You've got the main entrance, you've got single riders, ride access and fast track. Lots of different entrances here. We're going to try the single rider, 50-minute for the main entrance, so we'll see how it goes. If you are comfortable splitting up your party, single rider is the way to go. We waited 5 minutes for that ride. 5 minutes. And the queue was posted at 60 when we came out, 50 when we went in, and it's now a 5-minute wait. That is insane. 5 minutes, single rider, so happy for that. We're just coming around the bypass between Soar and Colossus and the flat ride area, because they've changed it up. This used to be Soar Alive Maze, I think. There was a building just here which is now gone. That's docked just up there, but they've repaved this entire area. You've got another seating area, picnic area at the moment, so looks nicer. At least there's some chill place to sit and eat. Let's go up and have a look at where they've parked the building, because it's not an actual building, it's more like one of those marine bar. If you've seen the Ozarks show, think of the casino from the Ozarks on like one of those New Orleans riverboat type things. So you can see just up there, kind of at the back of the Soar queue, that's where the maze is now, or I don't know if it's a maze, I don't know what it was. I hope they're going to use that for Fright Nights this year. I hope they're doing something with it. Otherwise, it's wasted. To be fair, it's been wasted for years at this point, so let's see what they do. So just over here at, what was this, the creek? I don't know what the full name of it was, I'm not good at this remembering. Anyway, we had platform 13 entrance there to Fright Nights Maze. Old Town this was called, sorry. This is where they're going to do Project Exodus. It's going to be the tallest roller coaster in the UK. And I'll put plans in over the top of that now so you can see a couple of the designs. But it's good that they are investing in the park. I'd love to see more dark rides at Thorpe Park, but Thorpe Park is the thrill park here in the UK, so we're getting another roller coaster. Still very happy about that. Not much that can be seen because there's not much that's going on. They've cleared the land and they started doing some footers. And then they're going to get on with the work. They've got quite a lot of real estate there to use. So for the 2022 season, we had this, the Black Mirror Labyrinth, based on what was a Channel 4 show originally, and it's now a Netflix original, so to speak, the Black Mirror Labyrinth. Now, we're not going to go through there today. It's only a 10-minute wait. It's a walk-through attraction. But I'll put a link up in the top corner so you guys can go and check out the full walkthrough of it from when we did that right when it first opened. And you can see what you think of the ride as a whole. So another thing we've got here for the 2023 season is the Cadbury Chocolate Lodge. Now this does hot chocolates and all those kind of things, Cadbury chocolate bars, bags and whatnot, but primarily hot chocolate. So we're going to grab ourselves a hot chocolate. And this is located right next to the Wilderness Bar and Kitchen. That hasn't changed. Everything the same on that. The menu looks exactly the same. Doesn't even look like they've increased prices. Hot chocolates are $4.50 each, which isn't bad actually. No difference if you have a flake or Oreo in it. Same price. Got some entertainment happening. Good to see. Not fantastic entertainment, but entertainment nonetheless. So we went for a flake hot chocolate and a crunchy hot chocolate. You got little crunchy pieces over the top of it, and a cream egg because they're still available right now. And the whole thing with pass holder discount, gold pass holder discount, it comes down as was $8.40, which isn't bad because these are, you know, actually quite sizable. I imagine a lot of that's cream in the top, but still, $8.40. Pretty happy with that. So just over here we've got the maze for trailers. This is what's used at Fright Nights each year. It's kind of just been left to not do anything. It's in the I'm a Celebrity queue, what used to be I'm a Celebrity anyway. And you go through the building, you'd have each room would be designed to look like a different trailer for a movie. And they do occasionally bring this back throughout the year to sort of spice it up a bit. I think it's coming back for Carnival when you'll have Bozo the Clown for the Carnival. I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure they're doing that. But it's, you know, it's an additional attraction at the park. A relic that time forgot, the banana boat. It's still in place, but not being used. There's not a lot of space there, so can't really do anything with it. We've got a new mural here. Nemesis Stealth, Thorpe Park written on it. It's very cool. All right, just here, Darren Brown's Ghost Train is no more. 2023, we're going to have just Ghost Train. I actually put a comment on Thorpe Park's announcement of this saying, does that mean there's no more VR? And that was confirmed, so quite thankful for that. Doesn't look like there's a lot of work happening, but we are here on a Saturday. The sign that's got the ride stuff on it still says Darren Brown's Ghost Train, like the restrictions and whatnot. So I don't know how much they're doing out here. That's quite a simple fix though, so that's going to be last. They've taken the sign off at the top, and I'd imagine they started to do a little bit of retheming in here. Again, time's forgotten, the social distancing markers. But this isn't a great queue area, but then when you get down the end, it's looking a little bit better. But this is a fantastic ride that just needs TLC, because it takes a lot to keep it up when it had the VR, so I'm hoping when they get rid of the VR, it'll be a lot better than it was. Also, next to Ghost Train, we've also got another Doughnut Time van, like ice cream van this time. So we've got a lot of Doughnut Time stuff going on here. So this used to be the gift shop for Darren Brown's Ghost Train. It's now changed into Last Call Cafe, serving Costa products. So you've got, looks really good in here. You've got the train benches. Not much else going on. Don't know if this will open back up into a gift shop or whether it will just stick as a cafe. But it's good use of the space. Looks like it might stick as a cafe because that looks somewhat permanent.
We might add the shop down there.
Yeah, they've got space for a shop down the end. So here we've got the Camden Junction Bar. This used to be a little food hut as well, but it doesn't look like they've got that anymore. I think they used to do just like cookies and whatnot there. And this is next to the arcade where we've got that fantastic mural. Nemesis Inferno here. Good to see Nemesis, a Nemesis in the UK at least, operating right now. It's got a fantastic whirl when it comes off there and goes down around. There's a whirl in the air from the ride car. But it's fantastic having a suspended roller coaster like this in the UK. I think it is necessary. Galactica, somewhat similar, but obviously it lifts you up. Nice to have it. Listen to the whirl. You can hear it as it goes round. It's amazing. So we've got a few food options here. We've got Nemesis just to the left. We've got the pizza and pasta buffet here, which is obviously pizza, pasta in a buffet form. And then to the right of that, kind of just opposite actually, is Tacotaria, where we saw before that little hut was closed down. So we're going to go inside here and see what the food options are like. So we were going to go in Tacotaria, but we went to the front and they told us that they were closed. And the reason they're closed is because they've run out of stock, which is interesting. Just going to jump in the queue for Rumba Rapids to see how this compares to the one at Alton Towers, even though we've done both a number of times. Posted at a 20-minute wait, but it might be a little bit longer because we're queuing right at the very entrance. So we went on the Rumba Rapids, and in fairness to them, whilst they're still very badly themed, to some extent they're better themed than the ones at Alton Towers, because you've got the water fountains and whatnot, but not much else other than that. So we come off, we're in like the Stealth Speedway area. We've got this Dobble teacups that's been rethemed, Double Tea Party. Still nobody on it, which is a shame. It's a simple little flat ride, but they haven't done too much with it. They've just changed the surrounding, put a couple of stickers on the rides themselves. I think we're going to go in the queue for Stealth. It's just opened up again, I think, after a bit of downtime. I hate this ride, but that's a killer launch. And if there's a zero wait for it, then I'll do it. Stealth had been down. It had come back up. We got in the queue literally as they opened it, so we went front row in about 10 minutes. Not 10 minutes, no, it's about 5-minute wait, really. They just had to cycle the train a few times because we had a couple of people. There's a dedicated front row. And I don't like that ride unless there's zero wait for it. And then when there's zero wait for it, it's a phenomenal ride. With the launch, just unreal. Front row launch, tears streaming down my eyes, the blast. And did hands-free as well, which...
Stay right here, Will.
Yes. So just here, the Ben & Jerry's store, I think it's actually been completely gutted. They are redoing it fully outside Stealth. You've got the Stealth sign over the top.
It's not even that old though, is it?
No, it's not old at all. It's just a couple of years. So I'm wondering if it's going to stick around as Ben & Jerry's or whether it's going to be something completely different, because why would you gut it if it's going to stick as Ben & Jerry's? That seems unnecessary. So we'll come back in a few months' time and see what this is when it reopens. So we've got a show here, the Thorpe Park Thrill Makers. So we saw these guys going around the park before. It wasn't until a few days ago that I realised that Amity Island here is actually filmed after Jaws. It's actually themed after Jaws, sorry. Just didn't twig at all. We're coming to KFC because that tortilla place was closed earlier, unfortunately. And we're hungry. There's not a lot of savoury items. Just coming into KFC and get some food. There is no annual pass discount, but you've got a section just for the Crush'ems here. And it's just, you know, like a normal KFC, just more expensive. The weather is starting to drop a little bit here at the moment. The temperature's going down, it's starting to rain a little bit, and we've got tidal wave over here. You can see they've caused a bit of mayhem in the tidal wave area, flooding all around Amity Island. Is an insane amount of water that comes up over there, and you've got a viewing spot just over there as well for it, which is Swarm cresting over. think that's the only winged coaster in the UK, Swarm. So we've got some new ride entrances at the Walking Dead ride. So we've got single riders to the left, ride access pass, step free and fast track. And then we've got main entrance as well. So when we used Saw earlier, single rider, it was like 5 minutes. So it could be pretty good. It's a shame that they're doing ride access, step free and fast track all together. Because that shouldn't be the case. But at least they've got a few options now. Just heading on to Swarm Island, see if there's any updates around here. I don't think there will be. We have got a couple of extra signs up. These look relatively new. And by new, I mean they don't look dirty. So either they've had a clean, or they are actually new. You got the signs up saying the end of the world, new 16. The theming around here is probably my favourite in the park, actually. Cresting over. Ride this. Not long enough though, in my opinion. Needs to be a good 30 seconds longer. But that's with a lot of the rides here at Thorpe Park, sadly. There's not really much happening on Swarm Island other than these posters. The ride was posted at about a 30-minute wait, so we're going to leave it, we're not going to do it. I think we're actually going to kind of leave the park, call it a day. We've done a few rides. We only live, you know, 20 minutes away from Thorpe Park, so we can come back here whenever we want. But it's good, they've got a lot of updates in the park. So just here, underneath depth charge, we've got depth charge just there. We've got a new kids play area climbing frame, which is great to see because Thorpe Park doesn't typically have a lot for kids, so I'm very happy to see that they've got something here. Now, granted, it's not really being used a lot because this is not necessarily the park that you come to if you've got little kids, because there's not a lot for them to do, but it's still fantastic to see. Also, another update here that you've got is these bins, which I'm very happy to see. Mixed recycling and general waste. So it's good that they're doing the split. And all down the bottom here, you've got your guest services, your first aid and your toilets and whatnot. All right, so that is the end of our day here at Thorpe Park, the island like no other. We had actually a really good day at Thorpe Park. We're not ones to come to Thorpe Park very often because I'm not massively keen on just having roller coasters and queuing 80-90 minutes for them sometimes for 2 minutes, but getting on Stealth immediately was amazing. We did Saw, I love that ride using the single rider lines. Guys, if you do not mind splitting up your parties, single rider lines is the way to go. They've got it on the Walking Dead now as well, so you can get a few rides in pretty quick succession there. And it's good to see Thorpe Park just generally doing a good job introducing new food locations to the park. Now, it was a shame that the taco place was closed because of supply chain issues. I don't know if it was supply chain issues or somebody's just messed up the order in there. That was a shame, but you know, they are making an effort to bring more food locations to the park and just keeping the general upkeep of the park better than they have in the past. So I think 2023 is going to be a good season here at Thorpe Park. Now, if they can get Colossus open at some point this season, which is pretty unlikely, that'll be even better. Good people eating ride there. But it's good that it's getting a retrack because that is the first 10 inversion roller coaster, which is a pretty awesome feat. Now, Smiler's obviously surpassed it with its 14, but very cool ride. So hopefully you've enjoyed following us along and seeing the updates around Thorpe Park. If you have enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up, I do appreciate it. It really does help us out a lot. It'd be great if you could hit the subscribe button and bell icon to be notified when we post all new videos. And we'll see you on the other side. Thanks.